I wanted to take this opportunity to show you the Canvas page for my 11th grade US history course. And right at the outset, let me just say that no matter what discipline you teach or LMS you use, I hope that you find this information helpful and informative. So I'm actually going to show you what the students see through their perspective. This is the landing page. And as I talk about in my article, I think it's important to include a short 1 to 2 minute video about who you are, what your academic experience has been with the discipline that you're teaching, and maybe one or two things that you're most looking forward to as the school year is about to open. And then below the video, I also think it's appropriate to include the course description. And if you have more information about the course, including a course map, what you hope to tackle each unit or each semester, it's also advisable to include that here. I've found that this helps students have faith in me as a credible teacher that not only knows his stuff, so to speak, but cares deeply about how students will perform throughout the year. And then down here, I also include how to contact me in case students need extra help and a copy of my teaching schedule. Here as well, of course, you can also place required books. And below that is a bit about how I hope students will mature academically throughout the year. Now, the heart and soul of the course lies within the module section, and I have made it so that before students see even the first units of learning, they are introduced to my course documents and policies. But at the end of whatever your course policies are, I suggest that you provide an opportunity for students to submit an acknowledgement form so that if a particular student later in the year says that they were unfamiliar with a certain policy, you can hold them to account. This is not to say I gotcha, but rather it's to help foster agency and responsibility for young people. Down here is the first actual unit. No matter what discipline you teach, think of this as the unit where you want to review what students did last year before introducing new content or new skills. And for me, this unit here really deals with America's foundational documents and things along those lines before we move on to our real first unit of fresh learning on the road to the Civil War. Um, so if you teach math or languages, you might consider Unit 2 being the unit where you introduce new content and then also, of course, new skills. But what I want to point out here is you'll see that from here on out, all of the units share a similar cadence. 2.1 is always a unit overview with another short video of me talking about the units, why I find it interesting, a short description of the units, what I hope students will get out of the learning. And then after that, I include what I call an old school assignment sheet, uh, which includes a panoramic view of what the three different sections will be encountering within the next 3 to 4 or maybe even 5 weeks of learning. Now, I call this old school because I think it's easier for students to see what's becoming due under the to-do list on the landing page. And they also can see this via the course calendar here as well, not just with respect to history, but their other disciplines, the other classes that they're enrolled in as well. And so to go back to modules real briefly, so you can see that Unit 2 follows the same cadence, the same rhythm as Unit 3, even though Unit 3 was a shorter unit. It follows the same rhythm, the same order as Unit 4. And you'll notice too that I end each unit with a reflection. This is something that I picked up from my short time teaching through one schoolhouse. It's really important, I think, for students to reflect upon their own learning so that they themselves can realize their own progress. So I hope that this has been helpful and feel free to reach out with any questions or comments.